My name is Serena Harp, and today I will be displaying my individual study kit. Firstly, I want to, I choose the topic is science, and I'm doing plant kingdom. The small topic would be external parts of a plant. So I would like to say why I choose the the topic plants, because in today's world, science is ever changing rapidly with the advancement of technology, with a blind eye for comprehension of our existence and the environment in which we live and associate. Here are four main justifications for science continuing relevance. This opportunity has allowed me to study this particular subject in a more deeper, deeper aspect on the basis of life, sustenance, especially that of plants and how it affects other living things. The impact of biological, chemical in science, and the effect on the planet Earth, and the way Earth revitalize and replenish itself in a thought for contemplating. Through the vision and strategy planning by the former President Dr. Barry Jaglio, who embraced and implement low carbon development strategy, 2009, of sustainability of our forests. The current update, LCDS 2030, was renewed and expanded under President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, not only for the benefit of Guyana alone, but for the entire planet. I believe that if learners from a tender age of the lower primary education program is exposed in understanding the importance of plants and its effect on how it provides oxygen for animals and humans to breathe, food for consumption, providing medicine, decoration, shelter, food, and even an income, etc. It is only natural for learners to appreciate and preserve plants by knowing its external and internal structure, understanding their function of the content matter. Generally, should we continue through this path of preservation of our forests covered, we would have better understanding for the future generation as we grow to cherish and preserve and to make meaningful diversification in our culture and society, and in the same time embrace the innovation of technology. Having identified the subject area which had to be investigated, I carefully observe and select the strategy conveying the concept and I think would be very interesting for learners that would be involving in the lesson, even for diverse learners. Although pupils had lived in the environment of forest covered, they knew so much as it relates to importance of plant and importance of plant. This is where a detailed explanation has to begin reinforcing on the subject matter. As such, I will be carrying out to ensure that these learners have first-hand knowledge in the concept and on the external parts of a plant through the use of videos, picture, print out assessment, and in a few lessons model on the topic, and even real plants, its function of the different parts. Okay, so now we move on to our lesson number 1. And in this lesson here, we have the parts of a plant, diagram of the parts of a plant, where the children use to observe the parts of a plant. And then here we also have a real plant. So they had to examine or observe the root and then the different parts here and identify the different parts in. And we also have a model here where some of the children observe also, where we come up and we put the model together. So here's our model, and we had a brief discussion after observing, a brief discussion on the parts of a plant and why plants are important. And then we had our worksheets for the different learners. This is where differentiated instruction are take place in every lesson. We cater for each learner, each stage of learner, the high flyers, the below average, and the average learners. These are the lessons. We had coloring for the below average, we had parts of a plant, and we had the children had to create the model of a plant. So now we have moving on here now to lesson number 2. Lesson number 2, we look at the external parts of a plant used for food, or the different parts of a plant used for food. So here we have a diagram here again where we say that the root, the seed, the root, the leaves, the stem, and the fruit. So we had this for observation, and we had a little discussion on the different parts of the plant, and we say that plants are the main source of food. We eat different parts of the plant. So the children had to identify the different parts they eat of a plant. We had over here in the kit here, we have this, we use this as our marketplace. So the children had to come, they pick one item from the marketplace, they state which part of the plant it came from, and they had to say how they could eat it, if they had to cook it, or they could eat it just like that. So that was one activity. And then we have also here we have our worksheets. They had to the high flyers had to sort the food by, or the parts of a plant by, if it's the stem, the leaf, the root. And then we had for that set of learners we had matching, and the below average learners we had the coloring. So we cater for each learner again in this lesson. We had some the basket also here with the different thing for them to observe. And now we're moving on to lesson number 3. This here, the topic is the leaf. The parts of the leaf. We look at the parts of the leaf. Each part, the children had real leaf to observe, and they also had a video based on the parts of the leaf and its function. So they observed where each child had the leaf. They observed the size. It had leaves in different size, different shape, and different texture here. And then we also had the model of a leaf. So here we have the diagram of showing the function of the leaf. We also had some pictures of the leaf where the children observe. These are different types of leaf, show with different edges, different shape. We had also, here are the worksheets. So we had for the below average, we had labeling of the leaf. They had to label the leaf, and then we had here for the next set of learners where they match or the match the pair it then the function with the part. Then for the high flyers, we had the model of a leaf where they had to choose a part of the leaf and they would explain the function. Over here now, moving on to lesson number 4, we will look at the external part of a flower, or the structure of a flower, and its function and their function. Each part and it have to hear their function. So we had a brief discussion about the part, and then we go into details about the function. Then we had here pictures of different flowers, so they can observe different flower. They have different shape, different color. They observe this also, and it also had a video that goes with this lesson also, so they had to look at the video. And then here we have where we go into they also had a model. We go into the worksheets. Here we have our worksheets. They had word search. Here we cater for each learner again. We have word search, and we have they had to choose 3 parts of the label 3 parts, and of the any 3 parts they choose of the flower. And for the high flyers, now we had a model. They had to choose apart from the leaf, from the flower, sorry, and explain the function. So that's it for lesson number 4. Okay, so here we have some materials, some other materials we use for whilst we were doing our lesson. We have a pencil, we have wood marker, scissors, we have some paste, and we also have some Play-Doh. The Play-Doh was used to create model of the plants, model of a plant. Also, we use it to create different parts of a plant used for food, or parts of a plant we eat. We also use them to create leaves. So that's it for the thing. So now we move on. Here our remote for the TV. So there is a TV on the wall. We use our remote for the TV to show the video to the children. And so now we move on to my structure, my external structure of the plant. So I come up with this structure. I divide it into 4 sections. 4 sections. Each section depict the different lesson. So for example, lesson 1 is the parts of a plant, and then we had the parts of a plant used for food. Then we had parts of a plant used, the parts of a plant, the leaf, the external part, leaf, and the parts and its function. So in this one of the plant so in this one structure of a plant, they showcase my 4 lessons. So all 4 lessons can be showcased on this one structure. So here at each flange of the tree, we have the different section for each lesson. Okay, so well, here we have our little token that we give the children at the end of the lesson. So here we only have a few because we share out during the lessons. So this is only a few we left back with. So here now we have our computer we use during the research or planning of the lessons. So these 4 lessons were catered for the grade 4 learners, and the timings for the lesson was approximately 40 to 45 minutes. So I would like to say that my teaching strategy that was used was very effective, that most of the children grasped the concept for each lesson. So from my observation, I like to say that the children, from the activity that we did, most of the children, no, from the activity we did, the children grasped the concept because with the work that they did, the results of it, they understand every part of the lessons that we go through. So next I would like to say this was also a learning process for me, because I not only learn more about the plants or the parts of the plants or the external structure of the plants, I learn also about using the computer, doing printing, typing and other stuff. So it was a learning process for me. Also, I use a lot of colors that would captivate the learners' attention so that they would be more excited to learn. Thank you.